Hey everyone, this is Nitro. Since it's Monday, it's time for another Nitro setup video, and quite a bit has changed yet again compared to last week because of the Echoes of Light purchase and what I'm using those resources for. So I once again have to thank Rich Millock once more because his donation has allowed me to change up my plans significantly and in my opinion, for the better. So first things first though, I'll as always follow the usual procedure for these weekly update videos, and I'm going to start by covering the Dragon Farm results and Crystal and Voucher status. So with regards to that, the Crystals and Voucher status, last week I had 58 Vouchers and 1,284 Crystals on hand. This current week, I have 16 Vouchers and 5,646 Crystals on hand, but the decrease in Vouchers is because I drew 60 more times on the Lodos War banner. I'll go over that in greater detail shortly. Okay, but with that, the actual increase, in other words, in my Vouchers and Crystal count is actually 18 Vouchers and 4,362 Crystals. Now, this is a dramatic increase compared to previously where I would get roughly, let's say, 2,500 crystals and maybe anywhere from 6 to 12 vouchers. And that increase in large part is because I currently have the daily discount and daily summon gift packs active. And I'll have them active for the rest of this month. So for the rest of this month, I should be getting significantly higher numbers of vouchers and crystals compared to, other months. With that said though, I'm also going to be spending a lot of it this month, so it's going to be constantly going up and down endlessly. Okay. In terms of equipment summons, the equipment farming, okay, the previous week I had 10 SSRs in total. This past week I also got 10. Okay. So from Timeless Trials, I got a Veil of Light. The gambles I did in the summoning video, and basically it was all garbage except for a Goddess Left Hand, which I kept for now. Right. And other than that, in terms of the Dragons and Joint Battles SSRs, most of them were kind of garbage. For example, Death's Robe and Frostren were OR'd, Reaper's Breath was OR'd, Monkey King Vest was OR'd because I already have 2 level 50s and they're not that good compared to last rates. A Dark Robe was turned into OR, Assault Headgear was turned into OR, Goddess Dress was turned into OR, Nighthawk was turned into OR, but at the very end of the week I got 2 items that I kept. The first was a Charon that I got from World Event, yes, another Charon, and the other item I got was a random accessory box Holy Ring. So I kept those 2. They're not needed items, but I just keep them because I'm not sure if I may need them in the future. Okay. So yeah, those are the SSRs I got last week. Most of it was converted into ore as a result. And in terms of Charons and so on, you can see that I now have really way too many. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 level 50 Charons, a level 20 Charon, and another new Charon. So I'll sit on these 2 for now. I don't really need to level them up. I really don't need this many Charons. Similarly, Holy Rings, I have a lot of too. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 level 50 Holy Rings, and I have 4 more Holy Rings on top. So, and in fact, you can see right here, I'm not using 2 of these Holy Rings. So these 4 can be turned into yet another level 50 Holy Ring, but I don't know if I need it, so I'm just sitting on these for now. I don't need to turn, I'm not desperate for ore at this time. So sitting on SSRs is not necessarily like the end of the world or anything like that. Alright, but in terms of SSRs I still need, really hasn't changed. It's been the same SSRs ongoing endlessly. I do need a second Ullr's Bow. I do need more Extreme Magic Bows. I need a Mimir's War Axe, for example. Those would be the weapons that I need, right? Ullr's Bow, more Extreme Magic Bows, and a Mimir's War Axe. The rest can be neglected. Right? Armor-wise, more Last Rites. That's pretty much it. More Tenuous Robes can always help, but they're more like nice-to-haves rather than must-haves, right? But Last Rites, I use so many Assassins and Flyers that I really do need more of them. Some of my guildmates say like they have like 11 of them or something. I currently have 4, and I really need more. Okay. Headgear wise, it's really just more Tenuous headdresses. You know, I feel like I have enough King's Crowns now. So I really just want more Tenuous headdresses if possible. You know, I have more than enough Furies of Tears. You know, it's just everything else I don't really need at this point. It's just Tenuous headdresses. The more of them I can get, the better. And accessory wise, there's still a few I need. You know, more Swordsmith medals, preferably 3 more. Another Juggler plushie or 2 would be nice. And Apex boots has now been relegated to a nice to have rather than a must have, because I am eliminating Elwyn from my Apex party. So with Elwyn removed, I no longer have a dire need for that Apex boots anymore. So that's just another little transition. You know, Elwyn has been basically replaced due to me having Deedlit and Yusuke join my party. And so without a need for Elwyn anymore, I don't need those Apex boots. So it's just a few more items, really. But of course, excuse me, the Lodos War equipment banner should be released soon, and that is where my currently gathered vouchers and crystals may end up going into. Haven't really quite decided on that yet, whether to spend it on the equipment banner or whether to save it for Ares and Maya. You know, that's one of the things that I'm going to have to make a decision on very soon. But, you know, we'll see. So with regards to spendings and so on, first of all, as I previously mentioned, I did do 60 additional summons on the Lodos War banner, right? To battle Masters of Conquest. And the first 40 summons will be shown here. So I thought about it some more and I decided that it is well worth doing a few more summons on the Deedlit Ashram banner to try to get at least one more copy of either Deedlit or Ashram. So let's just get started on that. Alright, so here is the first 10 summon that I'm going to be doing on Ashram and Deedlit. One more time. So nothing, so let's just try another 10 summon. Nothing here either. 30? Wow, I'm 40. Nope. Whew. Diharto! Really? Off-banner Diharto. Oh, that's disappointing. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing because it means I will be building my Diharto to 6 stars now to get an off banner of him. But it really was, at the same time, was not what I was looking for. I was very much hoping to get another copy of Ashram or Deedlit because now I have Diharto in a position where I have to grind him up to 6 stars, right? He needs 80 shards, so that's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. So one more off-banner Diharto. Thanks for watching, everyone. Nitro out. So yes, after those 40 summons, I got yet another off-banner Diharto, and later that day, I did another 20 summons, and those 20 summons fortunately gave me another Deedlit. So I mean, I can't complain about that since I did get, after all, one off-banner hero out of all of those. So the SSR rates that I'm going to finalize the Lodos War banner with is the following. Okay. Let me just zoom in a little here to make this easier to see. So this is going to be the final SSR rate, right? At phase 3, my SSR rate had dropped below 2%. It was down to 1.87% SSR rate because I got 9 SSRs out of 481. The positive side of that is that I did not have any off banners at that point, right? They were 9 SSRs, all of which were Deedlits or Ashrams. Okay. So, and then after that, I did 30 summons for Rainforce, and then at this point, this is the final phase 4, where I did 60 more summons, and I ended up with 1 Harto and 1 Deedlit, right? So I'm currently at 0 out of 100 pity rate, right? But the final SSR rate on the Lodos War banner ended up being 11 SSRs on 541 summons, which was a 2.03% SSR rate. Quite acceptable overall. Right? Other than that, my total SSR rate at this time, since I guess Sakura and Sumere anyways, is a 2.24% SSR rate. And in terms of draws done, it was 1,694. The off-banner rate, though, ended up being 6 out of 38 SSRs, which is around 15.8% off-banners. So the off-banner rate is actually a bit higher than I thought it might have been. 16% is actually quite high. So getting off-banners occurs at a much more frequently than I expected it to. Okay. So the reason why I did so many more draws on Lodos War, as I keep saying, is because A, thanks to Rich Millock, I had the resources to do so, but B, the other reason is because of my setup for June, right? My planning for June. So my planning for June will be the following, more or less. This is roughly what I expect my character's shard status to be at after the 18 Gate of Fate event, which has not occurred yet, but is expected to occur sometime in May. Okay. So with that taken into consideration, Ashram should be at 104 out of 150 because I would farm him for 14 days. Gizarov would be at 64 out of 100 because I would also farm him for 14 days. Yusuke would be much closer to completion. He should be at 124 out of 150 by the end of the first week of June. And Hiei would always be farmed. He would be at 44 out of 100, right? Not listed here, having been removed from this list, would be Deedlit because I would be farming her and she would be at 6 stars, right? So that would be 4 characters. Deedlit would be the 5th character, so that would be 15 Gate of Fate runs every day. The remaining 3 runs or so, the remaining 3 runs for the 18 would probably go into characters whose Gate of Fate I have not yet unlocked. Probably. I haven't quite decided on that yet, because I might actually put them into Diharto now. Because with those 50 additional shards of Diharto, he's now at 70 out of 150, meaning he's only 80 shards away from 6 stars. It puts Diharto in the situation where I really should finish him off, right? So that's why it's very likely I will finish up Diharto and raise him up to 6 stars, but I also might hold off on that because you never know, I might get yet another off-banner Diharto that would put him at 120 out of 150, and then that would be just 8 days of farming him to finish him off. That would be the perfect situation, right? So, and ultimately, I'm not in that much of a rush to 6-star Diharto, so I will just, for now, I'm planning to continue to leave him just at 5 stars, even though he's so easy to finish up. Right? There's just no rush for me to bring Diharto up to 6 stars yet. There's just no rush at all. I can always do it right before Apex Season 4 playoffs rather than in the current time frame. So yeah, but Diharto will definitely end up being 6 stars for me. I got so many copies of him, it's crazy. As a week 1 player, I got a free copy of Diharto in the first week, and then I got 20 shards from clearing his Gate of Fate, but the rest of it was all from off banners. So that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4 off banner Dehortals. So there you go, right? Crazy. Okay, so other than that, this is showing my shard farming plans for June roughly, and why I did do so many Ashrams and Deedlits, right? Because with this, I'm able to have Deedlit at 6 stars in right away, right? By the first week. And with having Deedlit finished on the first week, by June the 4th, I would be able to transition away from farming Deedlit into farming for Aries shards if I get Aries, right? So then I would be able to just keep farming Aries and get him up to 5 stars for sure in time for the playoffs. Will I absolutely use a 5-star Aries in the playoffs? I don't know, but you know, the fact that it's possible to have a 5-star Aries for the playoffs by doing this means that it may very well be worth it. Right? And that's one of the reasons why I farmed so many shards of Deedlit. Other than that, I will also be able to finish Ashram in the month of June, get him up to 6 stars as well, and I have Ashram finished in time for the next banner, which is going to be the July banner. And July's banner will be Shalinka and Elucia, and if I get a copy of Shalinka, I'd be able to farm her up right away as well, right? So this is just it just allowed for a perfect transition, which would absolutely not have occurred if I did not get the donation, right? I would be farming Deedlit purely all this time, right? And so I would probably be doing Deedlit, Hiei, and I don't know, Yusuke and then Gizerov, right? So I would not be able to have a 6-star Ashram, I would not be able to have a 6-star Deedlit, and thus I would have to basically ignore both Aries and Shalinka. Now there is the potential for me to build both of those heroes up. So overall, I'm quite happy with having spent so many resources into Deedlit and Ashram, long story short. It just set me up for a much smoother transition in terms of PvP. Without that donation, I think PvP-wise, I would have been in a lot more trouble, for sure. Right. So basically what you see here is just, I'm going to have, next month in June, I'm going to have Hiei at 5 stars, I'm going to have Yusuke at 6 stars, I'm going to have Deedlit at 6 stars, I'm going to have Ashram at 6 stars. And then I'll be able to start farming up Gizerov, right? Probably Aries, and then probably Shalinka as well, right? Shalinka's very much a maybe. I'm not quite sure on her yet, right? I love assassins, right? I just adore using assassins in general, and that's why I want to build up Shalinka. But that's not a guaranteed thing at this time. And so we'll see, right? So this is my current shard farming plans. For this all to work, I'm going to need to get a copy of Aries and maybe a copy of Maya too on Thursday. Maybe. And we'll see about that. So that's why I'm kind of torn on how I'm going to be spending my remaining Trinity vouchers, right? Do I draw like crazy on the equipment banner, or do I save up to try to get Aries on June the 4th? Troubling question. No real answers yet, and I'll make that decision later on. Alright, so let's move on from here to talk about other parts of my account, right? So, my spending is now, for the Echoes of Light, is now at 215 out of 278, which means I'm nearly done. I nearly have the Echoes of Light skins, right? There's $63 more left to spend, okay? What I spent on, which I'll do a part 2 video on later, was first, I finally purchased the step up thing. It was $20, and it gave you like 4,300 crystals in total. You would get crystals for reaching level 20, level 30, level 40, level 50, level 60. That was a one-time purchase, and since I never purchased it, I got all those crystals all at once because I'm already at level 70, right? So that was one thing I purchased for $20. And of course, the other thing that I purchased was renewing the daily privileges, or the daily gift packs. So I renewed the daily discount gift pack, renewed the daily summon gift pack, and that put me at 215. Right? So I'm now guaranteed to hit 278. Even if I simply just continue to renew nothing but those daily privileges, I'll hit $278. Right? What I will likely do though is I'm going to make sure I'm going to purchase this daily instead of the weekly purchase to next Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, I'll do the 7-day purchase. So that way, by doing so, I can set this up so that on June the 3rd, I can do one more 7-day purchase, right? So that should set me up to be able to extend my purchase of the daily discount gift pack for an extra week past the Echoes of Light, right? Daily summon gift pack will depend. I'm still not convinced on this one. I'm still going to see what kind of other gift packs appear. So what gift pack will appear this week on the 21st? What gift pack will appear on the 28th? And if those are superior, I'm going to purchase those instead of the daily summon gift pack. But regardless, the spending to hit 278 US dollars is guaranteed to occur now. So I will have my Deedlit skin and I will have my Akaya skin, which are the ones I decided on, right? So no Valor skin for me, no Elwyn skin for me, no Brenda skin for me. I'll get the 2 waifu skins instead. Alright, so that covers the Echoes of Light spendings. And event-wise, we still have not yet unlocked the level 55 farming events yet, right? Currently, we still are only at level 45B. So tomorrow should be level 45C, right? And then after that, should unlock the first level 55 battle, right? Level 55A. So that's when I can start farming the event. So it will start occurring this week, and that's when I'll start farming it, right? And at that point, I'd be able to get, all these resources and whatnot. So we'll see how those ones turn out. Next up, other than that event, is for the event, I do currently have 11 burgers on hand. My burgers are actually slowly decreasing every day because I'm farming the time rift maps like crazy, right? So I need these spirits. So I'm farming pretty much every single map, all 6 of these maps that drop spirits, 3 times every single day. The only one that I've stopped farming at this time, in fact, is this. Bandit Valley, Raiders in the Storm, because this gives spirits of phantoms, and none of my characters actually use the spirits of phantoms that I'm upgrading anyways. So I've stopped farming that one. I have 23 on hand. That's enough to actually upgrade 2 characters, 24, right? Since each upgrade is 6. But Spirits of Light, I'm definitely using. Spirits of Flame, I am using, even though I have 10 on them right now. But the Spirits of Mist and the Spirits of Kindness are the ones that I'm using up the most out of these remaining 5. Right? That's actually where all my gold is going into at this time. So in some ways, I'm almost glad that we don't have any enchants packs right now because of Apex Arena being in the playoff season, right? So since it's in the playoffs, I'm not getting any of these super enchant gift packs, and so I can afford to use all of my gold on upgrading hero bonds, right? So for example, Landius is now fully upgraded at 100%. Most of my heroes are not fully upgraded yet. They're at Deedlit though is at 100% as well on her bond power. But most of them I've currently left at around 98% because, for example, why would I waste the resources on Bozel's bond for, I guess, 2% skill when it's not really a priority at this time? Same thing with Juggler, for example. He's at 98. So, and there's going to be pretty much 21 characters I will do the bonds on, right? So it's going to be these 4, these 4, these 4 here, Weiler, then Yulia, Tieris, Alastriel, Shafaniel, DiHarto. I'll probably do Leon, at least his attack bond anyways. I mean, not necessarily do his defense bond, but his attack bond will likely be done. And Ledin will probably get his defense bond as well because I use him as a tank so frequently. So he'll get his toughness bond upgraded. In fact, let's do that one right now. Right. So there will be around 21 to 23 characters in total who will get upgrades, and probably Hiei, Gizerov once they're fully leveled up. Right. it's going to be it's going to be my Apex 15 plus the 6 backup characters plus Leon and Letty, who will get up to 98%, although probably not the full. Although I probably won't do his toughness bond, for example. Right. So just with those 2 upgrades, that was another million gold pretty much gone. So the gold is just disappearing ridiculously fast because these level 10 upgrades are so darn expensive. It's just insane. $530,000 and then I think $410,000 for the defense bond. It's just very, very pricey in gold. But for Apex Season 4, they'll need to be done, so I'm just upgrading them now. Alright. Other than that, in terms of gear changes, for now I've temporarily given my juggler Divine Boots, which I've raised to level 50. And I'm testing him out this way, with the extra mobility so that he has an easier time using Sacred Beast, him, and so on. We'll see how well that works out long term. Certainly, I think this is a better choice, the Divine Boots, than his previous SSR, which was actually the Overlord's badge. Right? So I think this works out better for Juggler, because he's now getting defense in hit points instead of attack in hit points, which really didn't benefit him. The attack anyways. I think that was my primary change so far in terms of gear. Okay, so at this point, in terms of the store, first I'm going to extract the memory shards from those, I guess, those 60 summons I did on Deedlit and Ashram, and the other 30 summons I did to get Rainforce from the Destiny Summon banner. So that's why there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 SRs, right? Here. So let's extract that. That gave me 1850 additional memory essence. So my memory essence is now quite high. I could do a lot more purchases now of things that I may potentially need. But I'm holding off on these. Not a priority, and memory essence disappears pretty fast. You buy 2 of these SSR accessories, buy a runestone, and right there, that would cause what? Like 8,500 of it to disappear. Do that for 2 months, and then all of this memory essence is gone. Similarly, for the equipment gambles, I do have 2295 Aura Column Ore on hand. I'm holding off on these equipment gambles for now because I have to take a wait-and-see approach to see just when we're going to get the Lodos War equipment banner. Only when the Lodos War equipment banner comes, or Thursday comes, will I do these gambles. So I'll do these gambles on Thursday. Not doing them right now. And I think that pretty much concludes this particular video. Not much else to say. Training grounds, because I have not been farming any keys at all, the training grounds has not changed since last week. All the techs are still the same, although I'm getting pretty close to getting another upgrade on the Holy Ground techs, right? So, getting pretty close to the 50 Epic Religion manuals, although I need more Burning Straps and Devout Gloves. So that's what I'm farming up right now, mainly Burning Straps and Devout Gloves to get my Holy Ground attack fully upgraded. So that would involve upgrading this tech so that Holy Soldiers do additional damage and upgrading all the attack techs. Once that is done, once the Holy Training Ground is at 70% attack, I'm going to have to evaluate at that point what to do. Very likely, I am going to start upgrading the Infantry Training Ground at that point. Rather than strengthening the defense, magic defense, and hit points of these training grounds, I'm probably going to transition to upgrading infantry. Alright. And other than that, the only thing left to go over briefly would be my gallery, right? Because I got a bunch of new heroes. So the hero gallery has changed a bit, right? For example, the mobile section is still missing Land of Mysteries and Emilia. Langrisser 1 was all done. Langrisser 2 was all done a while ago. Langrisser 3 is all done as well. Langrisser 4 is all done. And Langrisser 5 is now all done because I got Rainforce. So all that's missing is now the mobile heroes of Mystery Knight and Emilia. other than the hero gallery, the crossover gallery, right? Record of the Lost War is all done. Yeah. I am missing the Toguro brothers from Yu Yu Hakusho, and I never plan to get them, frankly speaking. Even if the banner reruns, I don't plan to get the Toguro brothers, right? Because at that point, I will have a 6-star Hiei. It makes zero sense to potentially get additional copies of Hiei just to try to get Toguro bros. And you know, the other two, Sakura Wars and Trails in the Sky, are both also fully complete. So now I'm now just missing 3 heroes, right? Emilia, Toguro Bros, and Mystery Knight. And that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens on Thursday, you know, with the equipment banner. That's going to be the tough decision point that I have to make a decision on. But yeah, that's what I get for splurging so much on the Deedlit and Ashram banner. But you know what? I really don't regret the splurging. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found this video interesting or useful. And on that note, Nitro out.